Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the delay for the second week in a row. Hopefully we should get it sorted out by next week. But welcome back to CRL for round 3 for the championship, and we are here at the Zandvoort Grand Prix here in the Netherlands, and this is where we'll be at the actual Grand Prix for this weekend, so should be an interesting one then to see. We're in Q1, so 18 minutes for this Q1 session. That, as you all know, the top 15 will go through, the bottom 5 will get knocked out. In Q2, top 10 go through, the bottom 5 get knocked out. Then in Q3, the top 10 shoot out. All 20 cars are here for the lineup, and this time we don't have Esteban. We have Griff instead, who was the Ferrari driver, as Mr. BT is back in the Ferrari along with Danny Boy, who was here last season but is a reserve driver, so he is back in that Ferrari. He was in the Alfa Romeo last season, partnering AJ Wuhan. We've got some cars making an appearance onto the track, so we'll have a look to see who's out there first. But last race, as you all know, was the French GP, and that French GP was absolutely amazing to watch. We saw multiple battles going on ahead of us, and we got a second winner in 2 different races, which was Jeroen Visser, who managed to get the win after he retired from the British GP with colliding from Mr. BT. And Mr. BT's back for this weekend, so let's see what he could do. As Griff is out there, he's usually in the Ferrari, but now he's been promoted in the Aston Martin. As we go on board with him then, making his way through the end of sector 2. I should be able to look at your comments soon. Making our way through the banking then. They told me that there's no DRS in the actual I don't know if that's true or not, but there's no DRS in the actual event, and that's because they said the bank is too dangerous. As Griff makes his way into turn 1, how does he take it? Very nicely indeed. No correction on the steering into turn 1 now. Come through. Did he class this as turn 2? I'm not quite sure. But you can see the back end just sliding a bit though as he makes his way to turn 3 and turn 4. Traction is really crucial out of here because it's very easy to latch the rear tyres. We saw many do in the past before. Flat out corners through here as we come to the next section. Then right hander, some people can struggle with here because the rear end can step out. You can see understeer as he has to bail out just a bit though, because if he continued he'll under curb and he more likely spin the car around. So wise thing to back out of that one here. Coming to the left hander then. Bring it to the right, all the way to the left, and avoid that curb on the entry. Oh, he got the throttle a bit too early there for the car's liking, and he almost lost the car then. So quite a few mistakes I've seen from to Griff's end, but it is Q1, so we can correct that indeed on his next flying run as he makes his way then towards the final 2 corners. Then the penultimate corner is quite easy, so is the last corner, which is flat out, as he makes his way now towards the line with DRS open. And this lap time is going to be a 1:10.0 as we got yellow flags in sector 1, but I think that's somebody slowing down because I don't see no cars off into the gravel, otherwise they'll be stationary there. We've got Walter, who finished 2nd place the last 2 races, looking to do one better as Mark sets the pace of a 1:9.6 then in the Scuderia AlphaTauri. What's the first sector going to be like for Walter? It's going to be a... oh, I didn't see the first sector, but we'll continue on board then as he makes his way now towards the left-hander. Traction is really crucial out of this one as well. Straight up the car, get the power. DRS is wide open for this one. His middle sector is going to be a 48.4 as Danny Boy, not a representative lap time from him, so he'll have to go again in the Ferrari. Got some traffic towards the last part of the lap. Hopefully it won't affect him, which it won't. There was only one car at least. And Walter then comes around the final corner down that banking, and he will set a 109.4 and he goes into provisional pole position then. Calhoun's back for this weekend, and Calhoun is set for a time of a 110.1 and he is up into P4. There's Tim in the first sector who got a podium last week along with his teammates were Jeroen Visser, who was the race winner. We'll get the tyre graphics up for you as well. Expect most people to be on the soft compound tyres, which they are doing. And looks like an AlphaTauri's just spun coming out of the end of sector 1. We're riding on board with P's, see if that's happened or he's just getting out of the way. Oh yes, he has spun. There's 2 cars, that's Krishna, and that is a Williams. Was that a Jaime? Yeah, 2 cars were involved in that. There's Jaime then in the gravel. Not really, he was on a lap as well, so What happened to Krishna? They were both on lap times. I'm not sure if Jaime got caught up with Krishna and Mark's retired in the pit lane, so he knows it's safe at the moment. But Jaime's flying lap has been ruined indeed, and I'll have to go again along with Krishna. And Rudy is up into P2. C-Royal Gamer, guess what? It's a Dutch 1-2-3. C-Royal Gamer has set a time of a 9.4, replaced by Total Ps. It's a 9.4. There's 3 drivers on a 9.4, so that's the lap time to beat or match then. So we've got a couple of drivers in the 110s. Krishna with the 133.8, not a representative lap time. Where's Harvey Lees? The real DC has got up into 7th place, 2 thousandths behind Griff in the Aston Martin, and we're going on board with Harvey Lees. Has he backed out? It doesn't look like he's on a lap time. Yeah, he's backed out of it, so he must have made a mistake or going for a second run on the same set of tyres. Remember, if you're a front runner, you really don't want to use 2 sets of the soft compound tyres. You want to use 1 if you can help it. For people like, I don't want to say any names, but people like in the bottom zone, they have to use like 2 sets to try and get themselves out that drop zone. But if you're a front runner like Mark, who's currently in P5, you want to be using 1 set of the soft compound tyres. AJ makes his way towards the line. This lap time is going to be a 9.6. He puts himself up into 6th place. Look at that, 2 tenths away, and he's in P6. Not a lot of difference between the drivers at the front there. Where's Jeroen Visser, our last week's race winner? He's entering turn 1 as Mr. BT is on a lap time. He's coming towards the final corner now. And let's see what the Ferrari driver could do. Oh, he spun through the last corner. The car just dropped itself. I'm not sure if he took up. I'm not sure what happened there. He took the optimal line. That's an odd place, not an odd place to spin, but that was quite weird from his point of view. Jaime has got up into 7th place, so that's his 2nd lap on the same set of soft compound tyres. So he's improved to 7th place. Yeah, but Mr. BT, luckily he didn't face frontwards. Otherwise, he would have lost his front wing, or even worse, he would have lost a wheel. And there's Jeroen Visser then coming towards the end of sector 2, taking the curb nicely there. He took the curb on the entry to that corner, which you don't really want to do, as Harvey Lees has gone quickest with a 9.3 as Jeroen makes his way towards the penultimate corner. Now through the final corner we go. Maybe he didn't have enough downforce to that banking. And Jeroen Visser then comes across the line with a 9.4, goes up into P3 in that Williams. We'll see who else is on a lap time. Danny Boy has done 3 laps on these set of softs. Now, Danny Boy's strategy, the way he goes into qualifying is very interesting, especially non-qualifying. He uses 1 set of tyres to go for multiple laps. Then he puts on a brand new set, so he always sacrifices a brand new set of tyre because he always does his first run on a long run basically. He's done 4 laps on the same set of tyres, so he'll have to go pitted again and use a brand new set of tyres. On board with Nathan, this season not really been a great season so far for Nathan. It's been the first 2 races only. He's got a bit deep there, which compromised his next corner entry, but yeah, Nathan's not really had the best of runs so far. Hopefully he can improve. First 2 races hasn't gone his way, but he did score points in the last race. He got knocked out of Q2 though, so we're going to have to try and sort that out as he comes across the line. He goes into P9 behind his brother AJ as Origin Gamma puts his Red Bull up into P7 then a 9.6. Both Red Bulls looking strong up there. Where's Griff? Griff is on another lap time as he's 1/10 up in that first sector. He made a mistake on his first run, but this time he doesn't make a mistake, so he should be up on his lap time as DC gets out of the way but has to go on the gravel, and the real DC is down to P14 on his outlap, so he wants to clear that gravel as quickly as he can to make sure it doesn't affect him on his next run, because he can give you oversteer or understeer, could unbalance the car basically. 3/10 up, that's what Griff needs in that middle sector. He can find more time in that last sector because I know he made a few mistakes there as well. So let's see what the Aston Martin driver can do then. He makes his way towards the penultimate corner. Now to the final corner we go. Minimum steering angle, DRS wide open. Aston Martin makes his way across the line, goes up into P7. That's not a bad lap time from Griff. He's done that on a brand new set of soft compound tyres, so he's been in and been out on a brand new set, so he's sacrificed a set of tyres. The Belgium driver of Cal Cohen, slightly down in the middle sector, he needs to find a time to get himself out of the bottom zone. Interestingly, Tim's down there as well. Krishna's down there, Duel's down there, and Mr. B2, who's out there on the flying lap somewhere. As Carl Cohen then makes his way across the line. What lap time is this going to be? He stays in P18. It does not improve. So Carl Cohen is under a bit of pressure. Now Mr. BT, the driver that spun at the final corner, how is he going to take it this time? Looks a bit hesitant coming towards there. Doesn't take the line he really wants to. As he comes across the line, goes P13, 9.8. So I dare say he needs to go out again to try and get himself more safer and more secure. Where's Krishna then coming down into turn 4 then? He's one of the drivers that spun or made a mistake coming out of the first sector. These flat out corners. I'm not sure if we're going to see many overtaking in the actual event here, because obviously there's no DRS, so I wonder where... Is there only one DRS zone, which is where Krishna's coming up so far? But it'll be interesting to see how the race goes on. The driver gets nice out of the way. That is Carl Cohen who gets out of the way. You can see the car sliding a bit on exit as he applies the throttle. The amount of torque, the amount of demand you're putting in. 5/10 up in the middle sector. Is that going to be enough to get himself into Q2? It might be enough to get himself into P15, but he needs to find more time. He gets on the curb though, and that's going to unsettle the rear and lose a lot of time. Yep, I think that lap time, as you can see, might not get him safe enough. P15, like I said, but where's Duval? He's not on a lap time. Where's Jaime? He's in the pits. Tim is on an out lap. I'm expecting Tim to improve a lot because he was on the podium last race and he had good pace as well. So him getting knocked out of Q1 is not what he needs at all. Krishna then on a third flying run, it says. Let's see how he takes it. There's 5 minutes left, so if this lap time doesn't go to plan, he can always pit. And he goes a bit wide through there. Might lose a little bit of time. Goes wide again, misses the apex completely. You don't want to touch the apex, you want to get as close to it as possibly you can, like this one. If you get the apex there, you'll lose the back end and the car will go on you as Krishna backs off on that lap time. So who else is out there at the moment? Where's AJ's out there? He's not on a lap. He was on a lap, but I'm not sure if he made a mistake somewhere on that lap. Mr. BT is in the pit lane. Now I'm surprised AJ's lap time was not invalidated. This and next lap invalidated. As you can see, all 4 wheels were off the track and he comes into the pit lane anyway. I want to keep an eye on Tim. There he is then, slightly up in the first sector. That's not promising from Tim. As you can see, the car is sliding as he makes his way out the corner. What's his middle sector going to be? Oh no, it's not enough, Tim. It's 4 thousandths only. He gets on the curb and the car just pushes him away. This is not where Tim needs to be. His teammate's up into P3. Oh, he's just invalidated his lap time. I wonder if that's this next lap invalidated. He's coming to the pits. Tim has only got 4 minutes left to try and get a lap time, a decent lap time, to get himself to Q2. So the Dutch driver is under pressure. The man that got a podium last race is struggling to get out of Q1, sadly for him. Let's go on board with Nathan now. He's down in P13. There he is. Judging by that, he didn't get the best of exits to turn 1. Chucking it into turn 3 and into turn 4. Traction is really important through here. Short shifted to get the best exit. Climbed up the way up the hill to turn 5 and turn 6. Now coming through the right hander. You see short shifted 7th really quickly. Next corner here, let's see how it takes it. Looks like a clean lap so far from Nathan. I must say it's like a caution lap from Nathan. One that makes it tidy. He didn't get really pick up the speed or get the best edge or exit through there. So Nathan then, there's plenty of time to improve from him. 1/10 up only in that middle sector. Still an improvement though. That 1/10 could crucially put him up to P8. Needs to find more time through that last sector though if he wants to be in the top 10. DRS open for this straight. Let's see where Nathan's going to go. It goes P5. He found 3/10 in that last sector, so there's a lot of lap time yet to be found from Nathan Booth in the Haas. Origi Gara then, he's lost the car and thankfully hasn't lost his wheel. He got on the curb, applied the throttle, lit up the rear tyres, and yeah, she went around. Thankfully, he hasn't got any damage. Might do on the front wing, but he's lucky that he hasn't lost his wheel. Luckily for him, it's only a short lap, so he might be able to get in and out of the pits, depends how much time there is. He's in 12th place, so he might have to do another lap, as Jaime goes quickest with a 109.3 in the Alpine. Good lap time from the Dutchman. There was AJ. AJ's on a lap coming towards the end of sector 1. He's 2/10 up in that first sector. A time he needs to get out of the bottom zone, because he's close to it. And that's a spinner. That is Cal Cohen. Cal Cohen is currently in P20. So he's the last man, and he's under big pressure now to see if he can get himself out of that bottom zone. He can't come in the pits, because if he does, that's his quali over. You can see, I see AJ is one of the drivers that takes a lot of curb before that entry. He uses all of the curb and it brings the car in nicely. He's the only one I've seen do that so far. Now coming to the final corner, then let's see what lap time is this going to be from AJ. It's going to be 9.5, and he goes up into P9. So an improvement from AJ. I think he's going again, but he's keeping out another. There's Krishna. He's 5 thousandths down in the first sector. There's a Ferrari coming across the line. He's gone into the pit lane. That's Mr. BT. Mr. BT is currently down in P12. And there's a McLaren coming across the line. That is DC, I presume. Yeah, it's DC. His teammate Double is in the drop zone, so he needs to find a time. And he's 1/10 down in the middle sector as Krishna, so this is not looking good for him so far. We've got Tim down there. He's on a lap time. Double's on a lap time. So is Krishna. Bompia is out of Q1. He's in the pit lane, and he will not take any further participation in this quali, as Krishna is in P17. This is his last. If he's going to go again, this is his last lap time to get himself into Q2. He's under big pressure. Where's Double then? Double, his first sector, he's 6 thousandths down. His teammate's gone. His teammate's just spun. There he is, and he's lost his front wing, so he won't take any further part in qualifying. That's his quali done. He can only beg that people don't improve. But look at Mark. Mark started P15. He's close to the drop zone. He best hope Krishna, Double, Tim, or Cal Cohen improve on their lap times. And Het Bompje is on his out lap. So, yeah, he's definitely not making it. So, Het Bompje is sadly knocked out of qualifying. And there's Krishna then. Is he the man that's going to knock out Mark, or will it be Double? He's 400 down in the middle sector. This is second run on the same set of the soft compound tyres. As Double does not make it into Q2. He's P16 only. It's all down to Tim as well. Tim's currently in the middle sector somewhere. And Krishna's about to cross the line. Where's he going to go? Is he going to knock Mark out? No, he's not. Mark's safe. Only just because Tim is out of quality. And Cal Cohen is definitely out of qualifying. So Mark, not looking good for the AlphaTauris down to P15 and P17. If this is his pace, he needs to find a hot... Well, it's not bad. Look at that. From P1 to P18. Look at that. Separated by 5/10. I say it's bad pace, but it's really not. It's so close. Yeah, he just needs to find like 2/10 basically. Look at that. P1 to P18. 3/10. That is unbelievably close. That is insane. If you find like 2/10, you could find yourself in P3 or P2 or pole. That is insane. P1 to P20, 7/10 as well. He hasn't got a bad pace. He just didn't put the lap time in he needs to get himself safe enough, shall we say, because he's not off the pace, is he? The people that are off the pace is Tim and Cal Cohen. And that's a massive shame for Tim. He was on the podium last race and now he's knocked out of Q1. And that is Q1 over. So look at that. Look at the gap between P1 to P8. It's unbelievable close, isn't it? Hope it's like this in the race. Might not be because it's quite difficult to overtake around here. But the chances of a safety car is high. So strategy is key around here if you want to excel on a good result. We're just waiting for Cal Cohen to retire, then we can proceed to Q2, and that should be interesting to watch as well. I don't think anybody's going to go on the medium compound tyre, judging how close that is. No matter how good your pace is on the mediums, it's so close and tight in the midfield. It's unbelievably close, I've got to say. So, Jaime leads the way ahead of Harvey Lees in P2, separated by 0.08 of a second. Total P's in P3 ahead of Jeroen Visser. CRL Gamer in P5 and the Aston Martin. Nathan in P6 ahead of Walter in the Mercedes. Origin Gamma in P8 ahead of Rudy in the Haas. And AJ Wuhan is in P10 ahead of Danny Boy in the Ferrari. Tigriff P12. Mr. BT in P13. DC in P14. Mark in P15, then Dual, Krishna, Bompia, Tim, and Cal Cohen are the ones that have been knocked out of this Q1 session, and you will not see them anymore until the race. More sunnier than it was in Q1 then, as the drivers start to come out of the pit lane. That is an Alpine on a set of medium compound tyres. In fact, we've got some on the mediums and some on the softs, so should be interested to see what happens further on in Q2. Total P's. This is a driver that's he's very quick, very quick. Don't ever discount him from a race, but the thing is though, he's not consistent, is he? He picks up way too many time penalties. In all honesty, he needs to stop doing that, because we know he's got the potential to win races and get on the podium, but he just keeps making these mistakes. He's like me really. He just makes these I think he's like a driver that's just impatient. He doesn't, I don't know, he's like me really. I think Total P's will probably agree with me in this one. He knows I don't mean it in no hard feelings, but it's just all honesty, he just needs to sort something out. Makes his way around the final corner then, and we'll go on board with Total P's as he makes his way down into turn 1, brakes before the 50-meter board, puts it into second gear, short shifts up into third and fourth to get the traction. Turn 2 basically just flat. Turn 3, he got the curb there, but I think that's the way you take it through turn 3. Turn 4, downhill braking, get on the power as quickly as you can, straight out of the car. Flat out corners through here. Coming into the fast right-hander then, and he got on the curb. He almost spun the car there. The thing is with this track though, it's really fast and fast flowing and all that, but it's really difficult to get it right as well, because if you make one slight mistake and end up spinning or invalidating, as Walter's the first man to cross the line with a 9.5, and that's not a bad lap time, you know, on the medium compound tyres, because I remember them in the 9. That's a really good lap time from Walter. And CRL Gamer is up into P2 with a 9.7. We're about to see Total P's lap time now as he makes his way towards the line. It's a 9.8 from Total P's. Danny Boy is in the Ferrari. So Danny Boy's already used like 2 sets of soft compound tyres. So this must be his third set, as he has a little twitch towards the penultimate corner. Danny Boy then should be the quickest, theoretically, on these soft compound tyres, but he is not. If I can see how much fuel he's got in the car, he's only got about, yeah, it's 3.0, so he should be quickest, unless he made a big mistake in that first lap. Jeroen Visser though, where is he? It's his teammate. There's Jaime into turn 1, coming through turn 2, now turn 3. I find this track more difficult in this game than the last game. I think most can agree with me on that one. I don't know what it is. It's just that I just really struggle on this track compared to the other ones. I find Australia quite difficult too. And there's a Ferrari in the middle and off the track, and we've got some traffic ahead of us, and that is not what Jaime wants. Those two need to get out of the way ASAP. And yeah, that's compromised Jaime's lap time a lot. Those two wasn't paying attention. I think Jaime's got the right to report that. He's just wasted a set of soft compound tyres as well, so not ideal for Jaime's strategy as he makes his way towards the penultimate corner then. Let's see what lap time it should be. He was quickest in Q1 and it's a 9.8, so not a good lap time, it must be said, on a set of soft compound tyres in comparison to the medium compound tyres. So looking comfortable is those medium runners. In fact, never mind then. Rudy's got up into P2 with a 9.7. AJ on a lap time just behind Jeroen Visser. So is Mr. BT. So we've got 3 cars trading each other. We'll go on board with Jeroen Visser first. Nice to do the. I don't really know the corner names or the corner numbers, should I say, because I haven't been doing my research around this track. I only know that the first corner, because obviously the first corner. But as Jeroen Visser makes his way towards the left-hander, hooks it up nicely, and the exit as well. No, never mind. Of 48.4 through the middle sector. Now he makes his way towards the penultimate corner. This has been a nice lap time from Jeroen Visser so far. No obvious mistakes from what I've seen so far. As he makes his way towards the line, is he going quickest? Yes, it does. Only just though, 200s ahead of his championship rival Walter in P2. Harvey Lee's in P3, so Harvey Lee looks on great form in this qualifier session in P3 on the medium compound tyres. Then Jaime is back in the pit lane. Nathan down there, he did not set a lap time. It was AJ actually. I thought it was him who was behind Jeroen Visser, but it was actually AJ. AJ is in P9, so I dare say he might have to switch over to the soft compound tyres to ensure his safety into Q3. His brother is currently on a lap time now. In the middle sector we go. What's his lap time going to be? It's a 48.6. I've seen that lap time. I've seen that lap in Q1, that middle sector. So I think that lap time needs improving as well from Nathan. Making his way, he clips the curb on the entry to the penultimate corner, which lost him a bit of lap time. I've seen a lot of drivers do that so far. You want to avoid that curb. It's going to be a 10.1 and he's in P12, so he must switch over to the soft compound tyres then, does Nathan. He doesn't want a second Q2 elimination in a row. We've got Orange and Gamma on a lap time coming out of the bank in there. Orange and Gamma, interesting driver as well. I don't think he scored any points, if I can remember the top of my head, in the last race. He did actually, yeah, he did score points in the first and second race. Do you remember the point system is different compared to the real life one? I think he could score points from like P15 or something like that. As he makes his way towards that middle sector, it is going to be a 48.5. You can see the back end stepping out just a bit as he clipped the curb. You want to clip the curb, but sometimes you can lose the rear stability. It's all about setup and the way you take it through there. And he comes through the last corner then. Let's see where Origin Cabba can place his Red Bull. It's going to be a 9 point. That's a good lap time from Origin Gamma on the medium compound tyres. So both Red Bulls are looking quite strong up there in P3 and P4. So decent lap time, and there's more to come because he made a few errors on that lap time. So once they switch over to the soft compound tyres, then we should see some massive improvements. We've got Tegriff down there in P8. Do you expect him to be much quicker on the soft compound tyre? That's quite strange because we get some medium runners quicker than the soft runners, except Jeroen Visser, of course. He's in P1 on those soft compound tyres. No, he did that fastest lap on the mediums. Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, he did it on the medium compound tyres. So from P1 to P6, it's just Griff and Jime actually who did those on the soft compound tyres. There's Total P's. He's switched over to the soft compound tyres. We expect him to be a lot quicker now on those softs. His middle sector, yeah, as you could tell, 3/10 up in the middle sector. Now making his way towards the penultimate corner, braking just after the 50-metre mark, avoiding that curb. You want to get as close to it as possible, but not you don't want to mount at the curb like other people have done so far. Total P's makes his way towards the line and unsurprisingly goes quickest on the soft compound tyres with a 9.2. And Mark's out there in P8. Let's see what he's up to. He's 1/10 up in the first sector. Let's see what his middle sector is like. Remember, he was P15 in Q2. Needs to improve dramatically if he wants to ensure his spot in Q3. And he's 4/10 up in the middle sector. That 4/10 is going to put him up to P2. And that's Jime, who's just spun through the final corner. Where is Jime? He's currently in P10. As Mark makes his way towards the line as P2. 2/10 away from Total P's. And Jime is on a set of medium tyres. So it doesn't really matter because obviously he's going to go on a brand new set of softs. Just like everybody else will do. Because once everybody switches over to the soft compound tyres, nobody will be safe actually. What's AJ doing? He's currently down in P12 on another lap time on the same set of tyres on those mediums. You only get one set of the medium compound tyres. Making his way towards the left-hander. You want to kiss the curb but don't want to mount it because it will all spin the car around. As his middle sector is a 48.5, 1/10 quicker to see what Nathan does. He didn't really take his line the way he always lost the car, and on the grass he goes. So Danny Boy has crashed, has he? Yeah, he's crashed actually. He must, yeah. We'll go on board with the Aston Martin of Griff. Let's see what's happened. What's Danny Boy done? Oh, the car's in the middle of the track, and yeah, he's lost his front wing and his tyre, and that's him out of qualifying. So Danny Boy has completely ruined his qualifying session and will start P15. I was on board with AJ, wasn't I? I think AJ was back in the pit lane. Yes, he has. He's back in the pits. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this qualifying session, and you expect to see majority of the drivers, if not all of them, to switch over to the soft compound tyres, as Griff has done. We're going on board with Mr. BT, Danny Boy's teammate. He's made a few mistakes in qualifying so far, has Mr. BT, so both Ferraris have been on the back foot recently, but let's see if Mr. BT can improve, because he's 1/10 up in the first sector already. He doesn't lose the rear of the car. It's a 48.1, he's 6/10 up in that middle sector, so that's really good for him. He needs to continue his form on the last part of the track. Makes his way towards the penultimate corner now, short shifting through the gears. This is where he spun in Q1. He's a bit tentative coming in that corner now. I can see the way he's steering. As he comes across the line, he goes P2. That's what you want to see from Mr. BT. Only 6 thousandths away from Total P's. That's a massive confidence booster for Mr. BT. And where's Griff? Griff is in the middle sector. He's currently up, only just though. So he needs to find a huge amount of time in that middle sector if he wants to improve. And his teammates in P9 as well. And yeah, not really improving is Griff, only by 2/10, but that 2/10 will pull up to P5 or P4. Depends if he can find more time in that last sector. Making his way towards the penultimate corner now is Griff. Now to the final corner we go. Let's see what lap time this is from Griff. Is he good enough? Obviously will be good enough to P3. He's found a bit of time in that last sector, you know, so he's found time on that last part of the track. He just needs to improve in the middle sector or sector 1, depends where he's struggling the most. There's Jime in the Alpine, 1/10 up in that first sector, so currently improving so far is the Dutch driver. He spun on his last lap. Hopefully don't do that again, because this is the crucial moments now into qualifying. You can see he had to make a correction on that corner there, because if he stayed where he was, he would have touched the curb and unsettled the car. And that's a 48.3, 4/10 up in the middle sector as Mr. BT's retired. in the pit lane, hopefully. You can see the car twitching a bit there. Coming towards the penultimate corner now is Jime. Now to the final corner we go. Let's see where this lap puts him. And this lap puts him up into P7, so I dare say he's in a bit of danger, is Jime. Where's Harvey Lees? Harvey Lees has improved slightly in the first sector. Where's his teammates? His teammates coming out of turn 4. AJ is 2/10 up in the middle sector. Taking that line he always takes. He's the only driver I've seen him take it so far. It must be working for him only, because I've not seen anybody else do it. Unless they're doing it, I've not seen them so far. So yeah, let's go on board with AJ and let's see what he could do towards the last part of this lap. 29 seconds to go, so this is the most crucial part of qualifying now. He goes up into P5 just behind De Griff in the Aston Martin. Walter, where is he? We'll go on board with Harvey Lees first. Harvey Lees then short dash to the line and he goes up into P6. That's an interesting fact, as Origin Gamma has clipped the curb and spun, and he's lost his front wing for good measure, so that's his qualifying done. Massive shame for Origin Gamma. He had top 10 potential, but sadly for him, he bottled it on the most crucial point. CRL Gamer didn't make Q2 last time. We're on board with him, and let's see what he could do as he makes his way towards the penultimate corner. Who's that car in the way? Hopefully, don't get in the way, please. Oh, not ideal for CRL Gamer. And he goes across the line. He goes up into P4. Still got more on their lap times. Harvey Lees is in P8. Giroux Vizor down in P10. Make his way towards the penultimate corner now. In fact, Giroux Vizor is safe, so he can back off if he wants to, which he does do. Yep, so Walter the quickest ahead of Total P is Mr. BT in P3. Wow. So the big shocker for me is Rudy. What happened to him? He's down in P14. He's done his lap time on the medium compound tyres, and it must have been he invalidated it on the softs. That's a big shame for Rudy. Who's a big surprise? I say Jime is a big surprise as well. Mark's improved from P15 to P9, so still needs to find a bit more time though. But Nathan makes his first Q3 appearance at the Zandvoort Grand Prix. He out-qualifies his teammate this time. 2-1 between the two Hassers. I'll take a short break till Q3 comes up. Final parts of Q3. Who will take pole position for the Dutch Grand Prix? Well, I thought, let's say, I think it's a battle between Total P's, Visa, and Walter. Mark hasn't shown the pace. We said that at Silverstone, but the last lap he pulled it out of the bag when it mattered the most, so don't discount Mark. He could find more time if he hooks it up perfectly. Q3, no excuses for the drivers. They know where to find the limits of this track. For these drivers, Q1 and Q2 is like practice sessions. They should know the limits, they should know when to brake, when to turn in, how much speed they can take through the corners. The only way they're going to bottle it is through pressure. They've done the practice. I know the reason why I don't join the practice sessions no more, because I want to surprise myself with the pace. I don't want to know who's top in the practice sessions, because it will spoil it for me and give me a guess of who's going to take pole. That's why I don't join them no more. And with Ron Bob's C4 Gamer, I think this is his first Q3 appearance, because I remember in Britain he didn't make it through, or the other one at the French Grand Prix. So I think he scored points in the top 10 because his race pace tends to be better than his quali pace. That's probably a good thing actually. As here he is then, C4 Gamer. Let's see what he could do. The Dutchman at his home Grand Prix. From what I've seen so far, he's hooking up every apex nicely. He's short shifting quicker than what I've seen from other people so far. That was a quick upshift from him as he makes his way towards the middle sector. Oh, he misses the apex, but it doesn't go too wide, so I don't think that'll cost him too dearly, as now he makes his way towards the penultimate corner. He took a lot of speed in that corner, and he still managed to hook it up nicely, and he's invalidates it. That's he's gone wide slightly. That's a real kick in the teeth from him. Is Walter the next one to cross the line? Yes, he is. AJ's in the pits as well, so I wonder if AJ's made the same mistake or somewhere around the lap. Walter crossed the line. It's a 9.3 from the Dutchman, and I think Visa is the next one to cross the line. There he is. Visa. What's it going to be from the Dutchman? It's P2. Look at that, separated by 900s. Quick maths. P3 from Mark. And Total P is with a 122.5. I think he's going to go for his second run right now. Griff is in P4. Where's Harvey Lees? Harvey Lees coming around the penultimate corner. You never know. Harvey Lees could bring us a surprise. It's a 9.2. He's gone on pole by a tenth ahead of Walter. Harvey Lees sets the benchmark of a 9.2. This driver always surprises me. You don't know what could come from Harvey Lees. Nathan Booth is the next man to cross the line. It is going to be a 19.7. That's not his best lap time I've seen, so there's definitely more to come somewhere. Mr. BT, where is he? He's in the middle sector and he's backed off, so he's not happy with his lap time. So Harvey Lee's our current poleman. Where's Total P's? There he is, and he's validated it in that middle sector. So then, the drivers that did not set a lap time is AJ Wuhan, C4 Gamer, and Mr. BT. Mr. BT, I think he's going to go for it again, judging by his ERS status. So he's fueled up for more than one lap. And my mistake, he's in the pits. So C4 Gamer then is back out there on a brand new set of the soft compound tyres now. AJ did this last qualifying session where he did not set a lap time. And he was under big pressure because he only did that one lap time to deliver at the end of qualifying. Remember, this is a short track compared to others like Austria, Monaco, Canada. So it don't take too long to get around this part of the track, like it does in Belgium. DRS wide open for C4 Gamer. We'll see what lap time. Now, if you notice on the Aston Martin camera angle, this is weird because I don't know why, but the Aston Martin camera angle is not, what's the word? Not sequenced into what I want it to be. All the other camera angles are the same except the Aston Martin. I'm not sure why, so if somebody's watching this and they know about their camera angles and how to sort it out, could somebody tell me how? Because I'm not quite sure why it's not allocated the way I want it to be. It's quite weird actually. That's why I don't choose the Aston Martin in any team. I like the Aston Martin, but this camera angle doesn't suit me like it does the others. All the other camera angles are the same and where I want it to be, except this one, as you probably noticed. So DRS open for the middle sector then. As to Griff, his teammate goes into P5, so Aston Martin there on the third row of the grid, 48.2 from Steve Raw Gamer, so on a big improvement from is the Aston Martin. Now, this is where he validated it, coming, oh, he's not really hooked up the apex the way he wanted it to be. He might have lost a bit of time through there, might have hesitated knowing he made a mistake last time, and that psychological effect kicked in. He goes P2 though, with a 9.3. So if he has another set of softs, which I doubt he will, he can try and go for another improvement, because there's definitely more time to come, judging by that last, the final 2 corners. Let me go on board with Bowser. So this is the camera angle I usually have, but when I go on board with the Aston Martins, it's different. Look at that, I don't know why. It's just quite weird. So we're just waiting for the other drivers to arrive on the track. Say hello, how's it going, mate? How you doing? Sorry if you see me press the PS, but my internet on my phone is shocking. It won't allow me to check it, because I don't know why. But you can see I'm on board with the Ferrari. The camera angle's normal, like the Mercedes and the rest of the cars, except the Aston Martin. Don't know why it's like that. Mr. BT then, the first race this season was the British GP, and whilst he's gone quickest, I didn't even know. Yeah, he's a 9.1, didn't even know he's out of the track. He's improved by 100. Apologies, Walter, for not checking that, but good job from the Mercedes driver. He's on provisional pole. Can he stay there? Quickest in Q2, now quickest in Q3 currently. We've still got other drivers to set a lap time. Everybody's in the pits now. Mr. BT, he best hope there's not a stampede of cars coming out the pit lane, otherwise there'd be cars in the way. He could have came out, he might have came out at the wrong time, because I can see some cars coming out of the pit lane. He best hope those drivers don't hold him up. There's only 2 cars coming out of the pit lane from what I can see. They're separated. He's only got 1 car to get to negotiate, which is the Mercedes of AJ. Now let's exit through turn 1, now making his way to turn 2 and turn 3. Oh, he's lost the car, he's going to go in the wall. Oh, yeah. Mr. BT has made a massive mistake there, sadly for him. That's a massive shame for Mr. BT. He had potential, and threw that potential down the drain as soon as he touched the curb. These curbs are lethal in this game, you don't want to touch them. Last game I think you could have got away with that one, but this game, no, that's a no-no. That's the Aston Martin of Griff. He's on a outlap. He's on a brand new set of the soft compound tyres. It says he's done 3 laps on those soft compound tyres, so let's see if there's a massive improvement on the brand new set of the softs. Expect C4 Gamer to come out, because it looks like he's got a brand new set of softs fitted to his car. Mr. BT, has he got enough time to come back in the pits? Remember, these tyres won't be too old, because he only made about 2 corners on the lap. He didn't really flat spot them, he didn't really lock up so much, or spin, or overheat them, so yeah, he should come back in the pit lane if he's got enough time to do so. If this was a track like Belgium, Azerbaijan, Australia, he'd be on the cusp of time there. Won't even make it actually. Yeah, we'll go on board with somebody on a lap time, so I think it's Total P's who's up by a 10th in the first sector, so let's see how he does then through this corner. He takes you through 2nd gear. Now, C4 Gamer takes you through 5th gear through there. Some people take you through 4th, 3rd. We've got a variety of gear changes through there. I think I take it through 3rd gear. But C4 Gamer shifts up to 5th gear as soon as he can on the apex. Total Peace then hooks up the corner nicely. Let's see what he can do. Gets on the grass though, which you don't really want to do. And where can he go? It's going to be a 9.0. He goes quickest. It's a 9.0. And that is provisional pole for Total Peace. Good effort from him. And Nathan's messed up. And he was up by a 10th in the first sector, but something's just happened. I wonder if he's just clipped the curb or something and just half spun the car, Not quite sure what's happened to him, and he'll have to go for another lap time. His teammate, his brother AJ, down in P9 with an 8:14.0. To Griff is up into P6 on his second run. Jeroen Visser is out there. He's not going to go for a flying lap. He must have made a mistake somewhere in the first 3-4 corners. Jeroen Visser then, our last week's race winner under pressure. Several Gamers came out for another run. We've got Wouter. We'll go aboard with Wouter then as he makes his way towards the first corner. I can see the Mercedes of AJ flying. His teammate. His teammate's coming towards that left-hander. We'll keep an eye on him as well. Everybody just joining. I'd be grateful if you could share the stream around because we had technical difficulties to my account to their account. I'm not quite sure why, but if you could if you can help me out a bit, can you share the stream around so others know that I'm streaming on this account? As Wouter takes that curve rather nicely through there. Some people have struggled and they've lost the cars. AJ goes 5th place with a 9.3. Some people, there's an Aston Martin who's just spun. Is that C4 Gamer? Yes, it is. He was 2 tenths up in that first sector. He's just spun. And Wouter's 1 tenth down in the middle sector. So Wouter, he might not have pole position if he finds more time in that last sector. We'll see and find out what happens. But C4 Gamer can't improve because, yeah, Wouter's in the pit lane. Who could stop Total Peace from taking pole position? Nathan's up into P2. Nathan's gone up into P2 with a 9.1. That's a really good lap time from him. Despite his struggles in qualifying, he's finally got it all together and he's up into P2. 2 Q2 eliminations last time. Harvey Lees with an 8.9 is on pole position by a 10. Wow, Harvey Lees is on pole. Did not expect that from him. I expected him to be in the top 3, but he's gone up into pole position then. Well done from Harvey Lees, but it's not over yet because we've got Jeroen Visser on a lap time. Jeroen Visser has not improved. He's only improved slightly, but it's not going to be enough to secure pole position or the top 3, in fact, as he makes his way now towards the final 2 corners. Can Harvey Lees hold on to pole position? We've got AJ out there still. We've got Mr. BT out there still. Jeroen Visser makes his way towards the line. What's he going to be? 9.1. He found some time in that last sector. Oh, AJ's in the pits. Mr. BT has not improved. So Harvey Lees has taken pole position in the Red Bull at Zandvoort. This guy always brings out some surprises. Good job from Harvey Lees. In fact, can he keep it up in the actual race? That must be a massive confidence booster. If you remember last season, I think he took pole position in one of the races, but he hasn't scored a win since 2 at the British Grand Prix. Can he finally end that streak and try and win here at Zandvoort? Total P is in 2nd place. Jeroen Visser the highest Dutchman, and Wouter must be frustrated. Nathan P4, Mark P5, C4 Gamer P7, AJ Wuhan in P8, to Griff P9, and Mr. BT, the only driver that did not set a lap time, is in P10. But Harvey Lees, congrats man for your first pole position. Can you convert that into a win? Be a massive confidence booster for Harvey Lees because I know he struggled in the past few races, especially last season. He could have took a few wins, but strategy and the wrong decisions and making contact with other people has cost him a lot. I remember that spectacular drive at the British Grand Prix for him to take pole position and win the race. He managed to make it work here. 50% done, and now we've got 50% left to go. Can he do it? Invite me to a party, whoever said they want to comment me. I just saw your comment for a split second. Can you invite me to a party, mate? I don't want to like mess around because it'll take long for me to load. It'll take long for me to load. Is that right? Yeah, I'll co-comms with whoever said they want to co-comms. Invite me to a party really quickly though, because I ain't got enough time, as you can clearly see. If you don't get in before, in fact, let me go check the comments. Show us the tyres. Yeah, I always do show the tyres, mate. So interestingly, we've got all three tyre compounds being used: soft, medium and hard. Orange guy, the highest hard runner. Dooble's got the hard on as well. Tim's got the hard on, and the others got mediums and soft. Hello Fowl, hello Scott, hello everybody who's just joined the stream. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a good night. Oh. Sorry Fowl, it's too late, mate. I didn't get to the loading screen in time, but it is lights out, and away we go for round 3 of the Zandvoort Grand Prix, and looks like Total Peace gets a really good start off the line. It's side by side into turn 1. There's a Williams and Haas as Nathan goes down the inside into turn 1 of Walter. I think Walter stayed ahead of this. Harvey leads a Total Peace. Total Peace goes into the lead. Initially, they both made contact at the start. The AlphaTauri makes contact with Nathan there as Total Peace swoops around the outside. He takes the lead of the race ahead of Harvey leads as Walter in P3, ahead of Nathan there, P4. Mark in P5 ahead of Giroux Visit on the medium compound tyres, interestingly, so he must have been the only one that starts on the medium compound tyres unless he makes really good ground at the start of the race. And look at that, McLaren going down the inside as the real DC on Danny Boy. Going to the right-hander there. Danny Boy has the outside line on the soft compound tyres. You can see them squirming as they get on the throttle there. Out the exit of that corner. Coming to the left-hander now. DC's dropping back. He's under pressure from Krishna behind as the race leader Total Peace has a 6/10 advantage ahead of Harvey Lees. Rudy has overtaken Jaime up into P10. And sorry about the audio issue there because I just joined back at a really wrong possible moment. Look at that. Walter's going to go down the inside. Harvey Lees has made a mistake somewhere. He's under big pressure is Harvey Lees. And here comes Walter then. Harvey Lees defending as much as he can. Down the inside goes Walter into turn 1. And he's lost 2. Has he lost 2? He's sticking around the outside. Harvey Lees needs to get him to a rhythm as quickly as he can as they both go side by side. Harvey's ghosted. As down the inside goes Harvey. Forces Walter to go out wide. He needs to cut him off, which he does so, and Harvey Lee stays in P2. There's Nathan, who's made up a few places as well. He's got Mark behind him, and yeah, Harvey needs to settle into rhythm now as AJ's in P7 with Jeroen in P6. As we head on to lap 2 of this race, Mark's in P5 just behind Nathan Booth. Rudy's made up 5 places from P15, so P14 actually, so 4 places as he's up into 10th place. He's on the medium compound tyres. We've got Double scrapping away with the Williams as Christian's gone out wide. There's a 3-car battle. Oh, I thought he lost the car there on the curb. Did Tim. Look at that head bump. He's going to go around the outside. It's Origin Gamma takes his chances and goes around the outside. They both make contact though as he gets on the curb. And look at that. It's all a going chaos at the moment as they jockey for position down there in the midfield. As look at that. Tim goes around the outside of Origin Gamma for P16. Needs to keep an eye on the front though to see what's happening. Nothing so far as DRS has been enabled for this lap as the Red Bull has lost it. I presume that is Orange and Gamma on the hard compound tyres. We've got Krishna in the pit lane again for the second race in a row. Look at that. As here's Orange and Gamma then back in the action, and I wonder what's happened to him. As C4 Gamer's in last place. What's happened to C4 Gamer? I didn't see what happened to him, but he's currently down in last place, so that's gone all terribly wrong for him. Total Pease is your race leader ahead of Harvey Lees. The gap is 1 minute 13 seconds as the Alfa Romeo of Cal Cohen is out of the race. A virtual safety car has been deployed, and yeah, he's crashed in a place you don't really see people crash. Now, how has that happened? The only scenario I could think of is somebody just pushed him on the grass, and yeah, off he went. But the virtual safety car has been deployed, and that has settled things down. Let's look at the most gain. While the virtual safety car's out, God, it won't even load. Yep, I finally managed to join the party. Here's my good friend, Foul Fury.
What's up?
I'm good, mate. I'm going to invite you to the session now, mate. Are you? Oh, I didn't see you join. It didn't pop up saying Foul Fury joined. It won't let me get. It won't let me back out. Sadly for me. Oh God. Please cancel. Please cancel. Oh, I messed it up now. Oh, I've messed it up completely. Apologies, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm on board with the Hassan Nathan, but I can't see much because I'm on the loading screen. I am really sorry about this. This is not what's supposed to happen. All it's saying is please wait. Oh no, please don't be stuck. Can you tell us what's happening, Fury, if you don't mind? Oh. I'm sorry to interrupt. I am terribly sorry. I am terribly sorry. I do not know what's going on. It's just been so slow today. This unbelievable. I can't get out. I can't back out. It says invite play. Oh. I'm gonna have to close the app. I can't close the application while the stream ending though. Will there be a safety car? I'm gonna have to end the stream. Oh, that's a massive shame.